Hi, everyone. I am here to give you a little bit of a review on how to dissect your prompt, brainstorm your topic, and write out your thesis statement. No matter what prompt you receive on test day, this should be the process that you follow. You're going to want to read your prompt a few times, find the important words, identify the main question, brainstorm both sides of your topic, and then write out your thesis that includes a counterclaim and a claim all before you draft out your essay. So we're going to practice this with prompt number 1. Let me go ahead and read the prompt for you guys. Some say that the journey is more important than the destination. They argue that people find more joy and satisfaction in working toward a goal than in achieving it. Others say that it is the destination that gives meaning to the journey. They argue that the process of working toward a goal would be meaningless without its achievement. Take a position on this issue. Use reasons and specific examples to support your ideas. Now go ahead and read the prompt one more time to yourself. Okay, now we need to find the most important words in the prompt. Typically, these persuasive prompts will give you two very clear sides, and you need to choose one side and argue for it once you write out your thesis statement. So let's find the important words here. Journey is definitely going to be an important word, and destination will be the opposite of it. Now, what's it asking about the journey or the destination? You have some words here like important, satisfaction, joy, meaning, but they all pretty much mean the same thing. I'm going to choose the word satisfaction. So now that I have those three important words, what's it asking you about the journey and the destination? Well, it's asking you which one's more important, or which one is more satisfying, or which one's more meaningful. So I'm going to type out my question here. What's more important? Journey or the destination? That's pretty much the question you are answering in your essay. So now I'm going to move on to step 2, which is brainstorming my topic. So I'm going to label my chart. I'll have journey on one side and then destination on the other side. Now I need to rack my brain for some ideas here. What are some reasons I think that the journey is important or satisfying? And then what are some reasons I feel that the destination is important? So let me start on the journey side. And the brainstorm part is where you're probably going to take the longest because you need to come up with some fresh ideas and supports that you will use later on in your essay. So just think about reasons why one would consider the journey to be an important part of life. So we could say things like, well, there are lots of lessons learned throughout one's journey. We could say something about maybe the experiences that a person goes through. We could include something that has to do with self-discovery. A lot of times you can find yourself through the journey. And we could add more if we wanted to, but I'll just leave it at 3. Now let's think about why the destination is so important. So your destination is like your goal. Why is it important to have that? Well, we could say that your destination provides purpose. It's what motivates the journey to begin with. We could also say that the destination is satisfying because of the feelings of accomplishment that come with it. So you could say, more specifically, you could say maybe like relief, sense of pride. We can become more confident. And I think another important aspect of reaching your destination is that it could potentially lead to other goals. And again, if you can come up with more than 3 supports for each side, that's even better. So brainstorm as many ideas as you possibly can before you choose your claim. So once you brainstorm, choose the side that you want to defend throughout your paper. I would argue that the journey is very significant. I mean, I think both of them are, but I'm going to go with journey just for the sake of this example. All right, so that's going to now become my claim, which means that the other side is what I would call my counterclaim or my concession. So the next step here is composing your thesis statement. Your thesis statement is what's going to guide the rest of your essay. So it is very important that your thesis is one of the strongest sentences in your whole paper. So when we go through thesis statements in class, we begin with a certain formula. And I would encourage you, if you forgot completely how to write a thesis, stick to this wording, practice it over and over again throughout this week with any prompt so that you can memorize this sentence starter and you will have your concession or your counterclaim in your claim. So we're going to start with, while some people believe blank, ultimately blank. You could end your thesis right there. Or if you choose, you could also provide 3 parallel supports. I'll show you both ways. So we're going to start with our counterclaim, which is the side that we did not choose. It's going to be the destination side. So I'm simply going to type in what the counterclaim is. While some people believe the destination is more important than the journey, ultimately, and now I'm going to type in my actual claim, which is that the journey is more important, but I'm not going to phrase it exactly like my counterclaim. I want to rearrange some of those words and rearrange the phrasing so that it's not too repetitive. So instead of saying more important, you could possibly come up with a synonym here. And we used some synonyms earlier from the prompt. You could say more meaningful, more satisfying, more impactful. So you would just choose a synonym. Ultimately, it is the journey. Let's say ultimately the journey is far more impactful. And again, this word here, you could use multiple synonyms to say important. Now you could end your thesis here. So let's go with option 1. Just be like your concession plus your claim. Put that down here. Or you could go with option 2, which is your concession plus your claim plus supports. So if you were to go with option 2, you would add 3 supports here. And you grab those right up here from your brainstorm. So the first one would be lessons learned. Let's see. You could say because it provides altering lessons. That's our first one. Unforgettable experiences. Let's see. Provides life-altering lessons. Maybe creates valuable experiences. And let's see, self-discovery. Let's see, how can we say that? Promotes self-discovery. Now, if you were to add the supports into your thesis, you need to be really careful with this idea of parallel structure. If you're going to provide those 3 supports, you'd want to put them in parallel form here. And this is how I do that. Okay, so let's look at the 2 versions of our thesis. Option 1 is just concession and claim, which is adequate. Option 2 would be concession, claim, and supports, which is also okay. So option 1 just reads, while some people believe the destination is more important than the journey, ultimately the journey is far more impactful. So here my claim is that the journey is the most impactful. Here I'm using the same counterclaim and claim, but I'm now also providing supports. While some people believe the destination is more important than the journey, ultimately, the journey is far more impactful because it provides life-altering lessons, creates valuable experiences, and promotes self-discovery. So either one of these thesis statements would work in your essay. Now remember, your thesis is the last sentence in your introduction. So you're still going to stick with the format of hook, bridge, thesis. This was just a review of how to write a strong thesis with a concession. Now you could go through this process with any given prompt, no matter what the topic is. There are going to be 2 clear sides. You're going to brainstorm each one, choose your stronger side, turn that into your claim, and then make the other side your counterclaim or your concession. Remember to always start with the counterclaim with this sentence starter. Some people believe this, but you'd say ultimately, and then state your claim in a strong way. So that's a review of prompt dissection, brainstorming, and thesis statements. The next thing we're going to do is talk about how to write strong body paragraphs to support your main ideas, which are the ideas that are in your thesis. So if you choose to go with option 2 for your thesis statement, where you include your supports, this is going to give you a clear outline of the rest of your paper, because this would be body paragraph 1. The journey is impactful because of the life-altering lessons. Body paragraph 1 would be all about these life-altering lessons. You would provide examples, explain how those examples prove your point, and then wrap up that paragraph. You would then move into body paragraph 2, which is talking about valuable experiences that you go through in your journey. And then body paragraph 3, how the journey promotes self-discovery. So how you can learn things about yourself through your personal journey. Now, if you don't write your supports out in your thesis, that's fine too, because you would just pull those supports from your brainstorm then and put them in the order that you would like them to be in. Now, when it comes to your body paragraphs, remember that you're always going to start with a topic sentence. So I'm just going to put some reminders down here at the bottom for you guys. Begin with topic sentence. And in a topic sentence, you guys are going to likely start with a transition, maybe restate your claim, and then preview the support that you're going to expand on in the body paragraph. So your first topic sentence would be about how the journey is impactful because of the life-altering lessons. In your body paragraphs, you're definitely going to want to provide some specific examples. Explain how the examples are related to the topic, and then wrap it all up. So all of the examples in body paragraph 1 will be about lessons that people learn through journeys. All the examples in body paragraph 2 will be about different types of experiences one can go through in a journey. And then examples in body paragraph 3 will be about self-discovery through a journey. So you're going to go through this process with all of your body paragraphs, but of course your supports are going to be different to match the topic of each body paragraph. So this now brings us to the end. Once you write your intro paragraph with your hook, bridge, and your strong thesis, and you write out your body paragraphs to include examples, supports, elaboration about each topic that you provide in your body paragraphs, you now come down to your conclusion. Now, in your conclusion, there's just a couple main things that you want to think about. Typically, with your conclusion, you simply flip your intro. So with hook, bridge, thesis, I always tell my students to do that backwards. Restate your thesis first, and then summarize your main ideas or your main points. And then you end with a hook-like strategy. So that could mean ending with like a call to action, ending with a strong statement, maybe even ending with a really thought provoking question to allow that topic to resonate with the reader. So you're pretty much just flipping your intro here. So to give you guys a visual, your introduction would look like this. And then you'd move into your body paragraphs. And then you would move into your conclusion, where you simply flip the format of your intro. So the first sentence of your conclusion will be you revisiting your thesis or your claim. That does not mean just copy and paste your thesis from your intro. It means restate your claim in a way that will resonate with the reader. Summarize your main ideas, and then end with another hook. So hopefully this review helped a little bit with how to plan out your essay. You guys can practice this process with any of the prompts that are in the folder. Those are all release prompts, so it's likely that you'll see one of those on test day. All right, feel free to message your teachers if you guys have any further questions or if you want to do different types of practice, and we will try to help you as much as we possibly can to help you feel prepared before you guys tackle that test. All right, have a good day, everybody.